Real Madrid going against Levante in their next La Liga game. This week has been terrible for Real Madrid, for the fans, for the players, for everyone really. You go from losing another Super Cup to your rivals to sacking your manager, who I completely disagree with that decision, and then you lose to a second division relegation side team in the Copa del Rey. So it has not been the greatest week as a Madrid fan. Your next game here is Levante at home. You're at home. You're with the fans. The fans are gonna boo. The fans are gonna whistle. There's gonna be a lot of backlash for tomorrow. It's an early game. It's gonna be at 8 a.m. And honestly, it's Madrid should 100%. They have their full team. I'm not saying that was an excuse from last game, but you have more. You have more players for backup. So I do think they're gonna win this game. Don't know if they're gonna play good. Don't know if they're gonna struggle. Anything's possible at this point. As a Madrid fan, it's been horrible, but we'll see what happens with that. Here we're gonna switch the scenes here. Starting 11. Most of the players, Bellingham wasn't in the squad last game in the Copa del Rey. Carreras, Chouameni, Rodrygo. I know I'm missing a few, but now they do, and now they've been with Arbeloa for almost a week now. So maybe finally they're getting into the rhythm of things. Of not saying they're gonna play good, but not to have another shit show like they did a few days ago. Honestly, I still have no words. Arbeloa here says failure makes you better. Madrid's been failing for 2 years now. You need to stop using Madrid as a whole. Needs to stop using that excuse. We're gonna get better. You this and that. No, for me, you stopped wanting to be better by sacking Xavi because the players and the board didn't want to wait, didn't want to accept his method, didn't want to play as a team. Instead, they wanted individual brilliance, which I guess Real Madrid has been like that forever now. But Levante, don't know much about them. I know some of the players. Here we're gonna go to La Liga, but it's pretty slow. I'm not excited. I'm not. No one as a Madrid fan knowing this is just not gonna go out. Levante, their relegation side team, doesn't make it any better. Madrid lost to a second division relegation side team. But it needs change. Mbappe's not. I don't think he's going to be in the squad. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he's going to start. He might be on the bench, but there needs change, man. There needs change. And if they think that bringing in another manager, they brought in Arbeloa to fail. I think they really brought him in so the blame gets put on him, which is not the case. The blame is not on Arbeloa. The blame was not on Xavi. It's Perez. It's the players. And it's sad to see these players not caring enough. I watch these games and Vini's just walking down the pitch, not fighting for the win, for the play, for the ball. You just have, it's just egos. I think it's 100% egos from a lot of these players. You have Valverde who's saying he wants to play midfield, and when he finally does, he plays like he plays like Fred. I just don't understand. For me, he plays better at right back. So these players are complaining. Vini, Mbappe, they can't play together. Vini wants, Mbappe wants to play on the left. Rodrygo wants to play on the left. Vini wants to play on the left. Fede wants to play in the midfield. And then you just have a performance like that when, people saying Mbappe FC, Madrid rely on Mbappe. Or then they say Madrid play better without Mbappe. And then this happens. So it's just, the narratives are just dumb. They don't make any sense. You say one thing and then it happens, so then you say the other and it doesn't match up. Make it make sense. So it's no idea what's gonna happen here. Players Hoyson since El Clasico has been really a lot of these players since the last El Clasico. That 2-1 win. Don't know what happened. Don't know why the form dropped so dramatically. The form just went out of it was just out the window. Madrid looked great. That game. Start of the season they were winning games. They weren't playing at its best, but they were there. And then just a whole, reversed happened, and that's when Xabi took his foot off the pedal and didn't. He was being too much of a wussy. He didn't want to keep fighting like how he did in the first month or so as Madrid manager. He was doing what he wanted, and the players didn't care. The players didn't want to listen. The board didn't want to listen, and it's just a shame. It's a shame. So there's a lot of negativity coming into this match here. I think that Madrid are gonna win. I'm gonna say a 2-0 win, and we'll see from there. Just not really much. I don't care who scores really. Madrid just need a huge win. Coming into this match, you need a huge win. 5-0, 6-0 win. You need to bring back that momentum. You need to bring back, after that's this terrible week, you need something to at least ease a little bit. So there's that. Madrid need a huge win. Especially this Classico match. They didn't play good this match as well. But these next games they have Levante. They should beat them. Monaco in the Champions League. Mbappe might not be able to play this match. So there's Monaco. Villarreal, good players. Benfica, good players, good squad. They're a little bit shaky at the moment, a little bit inconsistent. Rayo at home is scary, but Madrid are home. Or Rayo, playing their stadium, but Madrid are home in this match, so hopefully, another 8 a.m. game and 1 p.m. Usually Madrid always play at 3, and then you have Valencia and Sociedad. So we'll see what happens. Madrid need a 5-0 win, but it's probably going to be a 1-0, 2-0 win for Real Madrid. So yeah, we'll see about that. My prediction is a 2-0 win for Real Madrid.